श्री सच्चिदानंद सतगुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सतगुरु श्री साईनाथ निशरत बाबूजी की जय। RosePetals, Volume 4, Chapter 12, on Death and the Love of Life. Many problems will be solved if you realize just one thing and accept it as the bare truth. And that one thing is how transient, how temporary, how short life is. Everybody knows this, but nobody realizes it. They do everything as if it's going to be permanent. Is there any truth, even an iota of truth, in the sense of permanence? If one realizes that, at least most of our problems change. In fact, our whole attitude towards life changes. But we live as if we were going to be permanent, as if others were going to be permanent, and as if things were going to be permanent. But for how long? We think we have 100 years or more, or even 1,000. And in what way are those things which we normally fret and fume over contributing to our happiness? There is a poem in the Telugu translation of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Kare Rajulu Rajyamulu Galugave Vareri Siri Mutagattukoni Puvanjalare, which means there are so many kings who rule big empires. Where are they all now? And when they left, did they take their empires with them? In spite of knowing this and studying history, you still think you are going to be permanent. Maybe that is why I like history. It's my favorite subject. It shows me the impermanence, the transient nature of everything. To me, all of history is a spiritual treatise just like a Veda, an Upanishad, or a Purana. What else will teach us the impermanence of life better than history? Just think about it. In this short span of life, we create so many problems. Problems in relationships, fighting with one another. We try to amass as much wealth and as much property as we can, buying lands, building houses, then looking at them as if they were our creations, becoming attached to them. Is this really needed? Is it really wise? To me, more than anything else, the remembrance, the awareness of the bare truth of impermanence is enough. No scriptures are needed, no guru is needed to tell you this truth. It is so obvious. It is a truth which yawns in our faces. Just be aware of that and see how your attitude towards the world, to people, to things, to your own personality changes. How much we are wasting our time. Can you get it back? Don't waste your time, especially in unhappy pursuits. I'm not saying don't waste your time and try to completely dedicate yourself to Baba. At least try to be happy, whatever your concept of happiness is. Just like when you have to leave India to go back to the West in 2 or 3 days, how do you feel? Oh, let's have satsang, let's have darshan, let's enjoy as much as possible. You feel like this because you know you are leaving. But we are forgetting that our whole life is a trip like this and our leaving is scheduled already. What about that? Devotee: Guruji, what is the root of fear? Guruji: fear comes because you are afraid to lose something you love. Fear springs from love. The basic fear is the fear of death. Even that fear comes because you love your life so much you don't want to part with it. For us, death means the cessation of life, our existence. What we are, we cease to exist. We don't want that to happen because we love life so much. Whether it is happy or unhappy, we want it to go on. This love of life, this urge for survival, is so biological that it is basic in every human being. All our fears, even those in daily life, are an outcome of love. The thought that we might lose something we love very much. Devotee: Guruji, Lately, a number of us have had to face the experience of family or dear friends dying and the reality of death. I would like to ask, what do you feel is the most helpful way to approach and think about death? Guruji, what I would say is, instead of thinking and trying to know how to approach death, first take care of your approach to life. Devotee, but suppose life is not very attractive? Guruji, is death so attractive? It's not about being attractive or not. There are two inevitabilities that everyone experiences. One we are experiencing now, the other we are going to experience. Life is inevitable, isn't it? Death is also inevitable. Now, life is at hand, so try to think of life. Devotee, if a loved one is suffering a great deal, what can we do to help and support them in their process? Guruji, it depends upon your relationship to the loved one. There is no specific theory about how to support them. Each case is personal. How you want to support them and what kind of support they need differs from person to person. Just saying things like, don't be worried, is only talk and not actually being supportive. What I think is, death is inevitable. People say one's whole life is based on the fear of death, but I don't see it like that. What I see is that actually, basic to human nature and our being is the love of life. We love our life so much that the thought of it ending is fearful to us. So, are we taking care of what we love or thinking of what we fear? If we take care of our life fully and live a fulfilled life, we need not worry about death, and anyhow, it is inevitable. Life is also inevitable. We can't avoid it either. Why I say inevitable is because for many people, if they were asked, why are you living? The most honest answer they could give is because I haven't died yet. Let us not experience that sad situation. Let's find some meaning in our life, some purpose, some fulfillment, not simply accepting its inevitability. Let us take care of the bird in the hand, the life you experience now, instead of worrying about the bird in the bush, something that will happen in the future. Talking about death, which we don't know from experience, is just beating about the bush. Life is here now. You are experiencing it. Think of how to make it the best, how to get the most out of it. And if at all you want to give any support to those who are troubled with death, say these things to them. Then that is the way, the very best way to help them stop thinking about death. Devotee, Guruji, death doesn't only bring up sadness but also questions about the very nature of life and the uncertainty of our own predicament. Guruji, this is what I am saying. It should bring up that question. The next question is, in the face of that uncertainty, what are we doing? Anyone's death, especially of a loved one, should produce that inquiry. Devotee, do you mean about how we spend our time and what we are doing with our lives? Guruji, yes. In the ordinary emotional state, it is natural to grieve over the loss of a loved one. But who will grieve over our death? Should we not care to leave behind at least one person who will grieve over our death? What are we doing for that? Devotee, what can I give to someone who is close to death? Guruji, as far as I know, what we can give is our prayers to Baba. Or, if you are thinking of material things, of course I am not good at advising about that. And especially for one who is close to death, nothing material may be helpful to him. What he needs is to face death happily. What will help him do that? Baba's grace. So pray to Baba. Pray for him to die happily. Pray for those who want to live, to help them live happily. And pray for yourself that you may live happily also. So pray, pray, pray. Always pray. Baba, Baba, Baba. That is the solution. Devotee. Guruji, being now 76, I think a lot about my last hour and my last breath, and I've read that one should hold on to the Guru's feet until that last breath and then let go. But that seems a little frightening to let go at the very end. Could you please talk about that? Guruji. Why is it frightening? Devotee. It is frightening to let go. Guruji. That is what even Ramana Maharshi says about the fear of death. When he had his experience of realization, what he experienced was the fear of death, because there we lose ourselves, our own identity, which we have been nourishing for so long, holding on to it with a passion. That will go. For us, that is death. But actually, we don't know what death is because we haven't died so far. So, how can we be afraid of it? Maybe death is more beautiful than life. Who knows? But we are afraid of death because our concept of death means losing ourselves. That is exactly what spirituality is about, too. Spirituality also says when you realize yourself, you lose yourself. The ego will be erased, dissolved, and there will be no you left. There will be only that. This is a kind of definition of death for us. That is what Ramana Maharshi beautifully wrote in Arunachala Padikam. I call out to all those people who are ready to commit suicide. Come, here is a beautiful way to commit suicide. Come to Arunachala. So holding on to our Guru's feet means, in other words, we are courting death. But when our biological death happens, it will be more beautiful, more peaceful, more assuring if we are at the Guru's feet. That makes death not death at all. Devotee. Could it be that we fear death because we've died before? Guruji. Do you remember it? You don't remember it. The reason why you don't want to die is because you want to live. Devotee. If I don't remember it, why is the thought of death usually associated with pain and suffering? Isn't it instinctive? Guruji. Even though life also has suffering and pain, you want to live, and you want to mitigate your suffering and live a happy life. It is only the quality of life which you don't like, not life itself. You want to live, but with a difference. You want to live happily. So it is the love of life that makes you want to live. Love is basic, not fear. Devotee. Could it be, Guruji, that for some jnanis there is no longer a difference between life and death? I am thinking of Nisarga Datta Maharaj. In his last talks before he passed away in 1981, he was saying that to him there was no longer any difference between being in the body or not, that life per se held no attraction for him because he knew a state beyond both life and death. And some people were shocked at this. In this respect, could one say that knowledge is more fundamental than love? Guruji. Here there is no question of love or knowledge or truth. He loved his life so much that he got true life. We love life, but we don't get the real life. He loved life truly and he got true life. So his love was fulfilled. And once his love was fulfilled, he had no fear of losing his life. He knew that whether life is there or not, he is there. True life is there. Because we do not know this, we fear to lose life. But for him, there was no fear. Devotee. A jnani knows he lived beyond death. Guruji. Yes. Devotee. Guruji, even though I know all this is transitory, I live my life as if it's never going to end, unaware of its impermanent nature. Guruji. Actually, this is everybody's case. Uncertainty is always there, but nobody sees that. When we take a breath and then exhale, we can't be certain we'll take another breath or not. It's not our conscious effort or choice to breathe. If it were our choice, if it were in our hands, nobody would stop breathing. We are put into such a helpless situation, but in another way, it is such a beautiful condition. Even though it appears helpless, it is also very beautiful. So instead of breathing in suffering and suffocating ourselves, let us enjoy happiness in every breath. I want you to be happy, happier, happiest, emanating happiness and making other people and your environment happy. So happy that it's not enough that only you should be happy. Everyone around you should also be happy. Devotee. Guruji, my life has changed in the direction you are saying, and I could say I didn't do anything for it, that it is all your grace and Baba's grace. But is there anything I can do? Guruji, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm only asking you to experience and enjoy what Baba has given you and what he is ready to give you. That's all. Why I am telling you this again and again is because I feel your lives have become routine, run of the mill lives. You are losing the thrill of life. That thrill. Don't let your life become mechanical. Every day should be a new day, a fresh day, as if you didn't exist yesterday and you're not going to exist tomorrow. Today is. This moment is the real truth. It is the real reality. Happily live a fulfilled life. Experience the art of living. Try to enjoy your life like that. And as I told you, if you have a problem, tell me. I will take care of it. If you don't have any problems, enjoy life. Is it such a difficult instruction? Devotee. Guruji, are there any practices to prepare ourselves for death? Guruji, it is not about preparing for death. It's about practicing how to live. Learn how to live, not how to die. Anyhow, you'll die whether you practice for it or not. So I emphasize life. Don't be obsessed with how to die or with what happens after death. Learn the art of living, and when you have a fulfilled life, you'll also have a fulfilled end. If at all that is the end. If you are puzzled by the enigma of your own life and gripped by the need to understand and experience the aesthetics of your book of life, then you start to learn about it. And how do you learn? You learn from a tutor who shows you how to read and understand it. And because the tutor helps you to understand your book of life, you will love him. So it all comes back to love. The fundamental pull of our love for the Sadguru is the love of life. Whether we love Sai Baba, Ramana, Arunachala, or anyone else, we love them because we love ourselves. We love them because they represent the perfect fulfillment of our own lives, our own existence, how we want to be. We don't like the state of affairs where our life feels lifeless. The Sadguru represents a state where life is experienced in its fullness. So it is our love of life that is experienced in our pull to the Sadguru. When we really love our own life and realize everything is life, we love all of life. Then everything becomes an extension of that. So in a way, Sai Baba is an extension of our own life. Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj ki jai. Sadguru Shri Sainath Nisharat Babuji ki jai.